Hi guys, this is Jeff at Slavens Racing. This video is the first look inside the 24 KTM XCW PDS Shock. This is what all the new PDS models have, the EXC and XCW and the XCFW and the EXCF. Alright, so let's start with the spring here. So now they come with a straight rate. This is a 69, I believe. Yes, it is, a 69 straight rate. We have the straight rates in stock, a full selection of them. I'm going to do some testing on this shock with a progressive. The progressive from the 17 through 23 models fits, but the rates that those models used are not correct. So do not use our chart for those if you want to go with a progressive. Give us a call. We're working on a chart. Might need to be a week or two down the road before we get that out. All right, so straight rate spring now. They've also improved the spring retainer. Before it was just basically what you see right there, but now they've added this section to it here, which is cool. It just makes it align, keep the spring centered. So I like that. All right, and then guys are wanting to know if they can use their, revolved or hot rod shock that they've got off of their 17 through 23 model PDSs, and no, not even close. All right, so the new shock is shorter, but also it's the body of it's quite a bit different. All right, so here is the 23 and previous, the 17 through 23, and you can see that in relationship to this top section here where the bolt goes through, that this is about it's kind of angled out at about a 45. And then you can see on this one, it comes straight out from the body there, so it's not angled. The reservoirs are similar, but not the same. This one actually has internal threads, and this one has external threads. And this section here is a lot different. The dual compression control adjuster is a lot different. So MX Tech right now is working on a new national shock for these bikes. They're going through the rapid prototype process. They're going to build a shock body out of, with a printer first and print it out in plastic and make sure everything fits correctly. Because right now this, this being located wrong rubs. It definitely does not fit well. All right, as I mentioned before, the shock is shorter, so the shaft's probably shorter as well. I'm sure that's where they get most of the length reduction. But a big issue, a big change is the way the heim joint is now in here, whereas before it was in the swing arm, and it had this clevis style ending on it. So totally different there. This kind of reminds me of an old Olin shock from many years ago, especially the way the adjuster is. This is the rebound adjuster now. This is the rebound adjuster in the past. All right, so those are the external changes. And then on the inside, I looked at the microfiche on this before, and I was kind of disappointed. I didn't see a lot of changes, but there's way more than I thought. All right, so they've changed how the second piston works. So this is a lot different here, a lot different shim stack. They've changed this piece. I don't know if this piston part number is different or not. It looks like it's about the same. Obviously the compression shim stack's quite a bit different. And then the dual compression control. They've added the little pinky adjusters here, which is not a big deal to me. I don't know, to some guys it is, to me it doesn't really matter. I've got tools in my tool pack, so. But regardless, the rest of the dual compression adjuster, or this section through here is all basically the same as before. The piston looks the same. But they have changed this down in here. You can, if you've ever had one of these apart, you can see that that's built differently. And I'm not taking it apart any farther to investigate. There it is there. It takes, I don't remember, a 32 or 34 12-point socket to get this off. I nerfed it a little bit getting it off because I didn't have the right socket, but I did order them tonight, have them in a couple of days. All right, guys, so that's a quick peek of what it looks like inside. This shock, for the type of riding I do in Colorado, rocks and roots, it's too stiff. The valving is too stiff. Obviously, the spring rate's not correct for me, but because I'm bigger, but the valving needs a lot of work. And I'm going to be changing this tonight. My buddy Greg at Factory Suspension Works has been doing development on this, on the new chassis, and gave me some specs for this shock that he's excited about. So I'm going to be trying those tonight. Please don't call him and ask him for shock specs. He's not going to give them to you. I don't care if you beg or send your girlfriend over or what you want to do. He's not giving you the specs. He'll give them to me because we're longtime friends and because I'm an experienced technician, suspension technician. So please don't bother him with that. If you want to have your shock revalved, though, he'll hook you up. Like I said, he's got a great setup for the forks and the shock already. He's been hard at work. He and his sons have been testing rocks and roots in Colorado in several different areas, and they've got it down. So if you want to have your stock shock revalved, give them a call. Factory Suspension Works, Montrose, Colorado. But if you really want the ultimate, then you might want to wait till we get our national shocks. All right, guys, I think that's about all for now. If you would like us on Instagram and Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, get out and get some throttle therapy. That's all for now.